Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to have a special Christmas episode. That's right, this is December 25th, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, Happy Holidays if you don't, and I thought that I would just spend some time diving into Universe 7 because, yeah. Anywho, I wanted to dive into the new Goku deck because a lot of people have been asking for lists, and because I don't really sleep, I sat down and I really kind of got into it, and there's a lot of interesting things that I kind of found. So, that being said, I just wanted to let everybody know that this is a crazy reveal. We got a secret rare. Previously, before this secret rare got revealed this morning, I was definitely playing Pan. And now that the secret rare has been revealed, I find that, you know, Vegeta is probably just better for a couple reasons. But we're gonna definitely get into that. That being said, I'm gonna move into the normal amount of plugs. If you haven't been to the Facebook official group for this card game, the very group that spoiled this new beautiful baby boy secret rare, you should definitely follow it and keep up with it. But there's also the discussion group where everybody's going in on discussion. There's Universe X, there is the Discord as well. Universe X is both my Facebook page and there's a Discord for it. You have things like just TCGMetalZ, who, like I said, they're going to be having a field day with these leaders coming up because every leader is starting to get some spice. There's a Goku leader, there's a Vegeta leader, there's a Trunks leader, and they're all going to go hard. So I cannot wait. And if you do go to TCGMetalZ, which I highly suggest, even for a late Christmas present, you can use the code UNIX to get 10% off your entire order. So that is just bonkers. And yeah. I also wanted to say, if you like the content, think about hitting that subscribe button. We are growing the channel and on the road to 2K. Really trying to hit that 2,000 goal and then break that and keep going beyond. And just be one of the best, if not the best content creator for this game that you guys happen to watch. So, without further ado, let's get into the screen cap and we'll talk about the deck. All right, so going in this deck, you're going to notice a couple things. One, this is a 52 card deck, and this could be tweaked because this deck could run, it's an awkward mix. You don't want to run too many cards because then you're not going to be able to aggro like this deck should. And make no mistake, this is an aggro deck. But then you also don't want to run too little because at 50, turn 3 here usually are less than 20 cards in deck, and you're probably going to spend about 6 more next turn, so a minimum. So you really got to be careful about where you go. This deck will be notoriously awful versus Oceanus. If this becomes competitive, you will probably have to work in your Broly crowns. But this is just basic list so you can see kind of how the deck works, and it's gonna have to be modded over time. It's weird to add in text because with this card literally burst 3ing every turn, and then once you awaken you can choose up to. You have the potential to lose a lot of your combo pieces. On top of losing a lot of your combo pieces, you're going to also run the risk of milling just text, right now this deck only has 6 non-Universe 7 cards because once you mill them, they're gone, and you're going to be milling a lot. And so it's kind of hard. I maxed out on After Image Technique because that card is goated in this deck. You're always at Sparking, you awaken at a high life total, it's just goated. And then you have Violent Rays at 2 because, if you open one, you're going to want to keep it, but it's just, energy is tight in this deck. Another thing you're gonna notice is the more non-U7 cards you put in, the harder it is to get off your effects, because this deck does have some late game bombs. You have the Ultra Mastery card, but Ultra Mastery doesn't have barriers, so there's a lot of cards that can just kind of mise it easily. If you play it against blue or blue-yellow, you're going to get Kefla'd immediately after playing this card. You have to have double Kefla in hand, of course, because this card will try to rip. But the thing is, this is going to be very strong. Actually, does it even rip Kefla? Sheesh. So, yeah. The thing is, this deck has, its late game bombs are vulnerable during your swing, which means that you don't necessarily want to take it to the battle phase. Basically, this deck does most of its work on turn 2, 3, and then you want to close out game on 4. That is where you are trying to close out game. It is still red in the sense that it doesn't really go into the mid game as strong as you'd like, especially since we can only have 60 cards and this deck is going to speed through them. If you get hit with an Oceanus on turn 3, then you are likely going to miss a valuable, crucial turn, which is why, like I said, I need to work in Burly Crowns, but you'll see how the numbers are tight in a moment. So let's go through the deck. There are 4 Ultimate Gohan, or Sun Gohan Ultimate Essence. This could honestly go down, but right now it's a consistency piece and it searches most of the other things in your deck minus the Secret Rare and Ultra Mastery. So right now it's at 4, could obviously go down. We play 4 of the Sparking Frieza just super combo because you have it live on turn 2. Sometimes as early as on turn 1 if you really want to push. And you can do that easily. You can play a 1-drop Gohan, get a normal or a challenger if you have one or the other. Burst 3, if all 3 of them were Universe 7, you swing and you normal and challenger cycle 2 more cards. You are now at Sparking 5 on turn 1 if you're going second. So this is why some of this package is here. We have 6 normals. And the 6 normals are there because you're going to find points where you are 1 to 2 short on sparking organically for some of these effects, and just a simple swing and then comboing a Super Saiyan or a Vanilla and then a Challenger gets you to your correct sparking levels or more, and it just 1 for 1s if you have the Gohan on the field. You just cycle 2 and you set up your sparking. So they actually are pretty important. They also still allow you to go into Divine Presence if you need to without negging hard. Then you've got 3 Champas. This deck does mill a lot, and if you need to use Champa for a game, it's just there, but at the same time, you do mill a lot, so you want to make sure you can hit all these. We've got a total of 6 Challengers, 1 because, like I said, they combo well with the 6 Vanillas, but also you can mill them and they're still Universe 7s. It's very important. You got 4 of this guy because he's a monster. Just really good. Just being able to minus 15 something, and when you use it on turn 2 and turn 3, you're likely going to get his draw. So it's very nice. You have this guy, one of the best cards in the deck. He just looks at top 3 for a Universe 7 red card, mono red, and that includes the Secret Rare. So he's actually just a really good SR. He also can become double strike, but because he doesn't have barrier and the way the game currently is, you don't always want to load on him. You just kind of want to, if he can get it in, he can get it in. You got Golden Frieza for the Universe Survival. He's dual attack 19k, that's pressure, and on top of that he's going to be able to minus 15k something, and that's wonderful. My cats are fighting in the background, awesome. This guy, I found that I don't really tend to use him much because anytime I could use him, I could play Divine Presence. Against Yellow, I would play this guy a lot better, a lot more, because Yellow, he would be able to go through barrier, he'd be able to kill things like Poutine, he'd be able to kill a lot of stuff. But against Yellow, this guy is better. Against not Yellow, it's Divine Presence all the way, baby. Speaking of which, you got 4 Divine Presence. You know what it is. You've got 2 Son Goku Ultra Mastery. I haven't been able to find a time where I can use this because this deck is pretty good at finding its Secret Rare. So every time you could play this, you could just be playing this, and I'd always want to play this more unless, you know, they're that far away from game. But he's there as a mid-game option in case it gets there. Then you've got the baby boy himself. I haven't done a video for this because it's 1 card. If you guys want me to do a deep dive into how this could affect the meta, let me know in the comments and I will definitely get on that. However, dual attack, sparking 25, you know, ultimate, deflect, triple strike. He gets played for 4, minuses your opponent's leader by 5 for the turn. I would say that in a format where yellow is this strong and blue is this strong, this activate main is not going to be used much. Like the minus 5k. You're not going to be able to profit off of it as well as people think. It's like, oh, I can play him and then I can swing with all my stuff. Okay, do you know how stupid you're gonna feel if you play this guy, minus 5 your opponent's leader first, and then try to swing, and the first swing you get Kefla and this guy gets bounced? Or you get Kefled and this guy gets, or you get, not Kefled, you get Final Flashed, and that closes it out for game. You can't game them that turn because you got Final Flash and they just deal with it next turn. Like, there's a lot of issues with the fact this guy doesn't have barrier, but he's a very, very, very powerful effect. It's just that you're probably not, like, you have to be very, very specifically in a certain color. Like, you can't even swing on this guy with black if they have an energy open because they can Kai you and remove it from the game. until it comes back, or they can petrification you. So it's unsafe to swing on black, it's unsafe to swing on blue yellow, it's unsafe to swing on yellow. I think red is okay, and I think green for the most part should be okay, but it's very unsafe to swing against a lot of these colors with this card. So he's kind of going to be a pay for, immediately remove him from the game, see what it do. Then we've got 4 after image technique, as well as Violent Rays. Violent Rays just still look a very good floodgate, but after image technique, like I said, it's goated. It's always going to be used in this deck, and it's always going to be live in this deck. So there we go. So I'm going to go into a game just to show you some solitaire real quick, see how you guys like the flow of the deck, and see what kind of what I'm talking about. Hey guys, I was doing the editing, and so Editing Chris is back. I didn't explain a huge thing about the deck list, and that's that you guys may have noticed that there are no unisons in this deck list. So no unisons, no unison package, and this is actually because it ruins the consistency so far of the deck. Unisons are just multiple cards that you want to see a unison early-ish in the game. 3-cost unisons on turn 3, you should be doing so much more with this deck, so I didn't even really consider it. On turn 2, you can play a good 1-drop like 17 and still have the Goku counterplay open, or you can play a unison. I feel like one of those is a lot more value. And the other part of that is if you play the unisons to see early game-ish, you're worsening your consistency on your bursts. And if you're playing the unison to play things like Yamcha, you've got maybe 7 cards extra that you can mill that aren't U7, and that could really hurt. So there aren't any unisons in this deck because I'm trying to be as consistent as possible with my turns 1, 2, and 3 to ride into a perfect turn 4 SCR finish. And of course, we can try to get some games on Untap soon. We got a 19, so I'll be going first this go. They got an 18 too. Okay, we're gonna roll again for a 7. They're gonna roll for a 13. Okay, so I'm going second. The cards I like to see, I really like starting off turn 1 with Gohan, even in this deck, because it's going to allow you to go a fair amount. We're gonna put back these cards because they're not necessarily gonna help our start. Oops, this one too. But we're gonna keep these because, like I said, if you get a perfect mill, this is gonna set up sparking so hard. Okay, so we at least got 17, and that's gonna be very nice. This actually is interesting because if I get a perfect mill on my burst, we're going to be able to use 17 on turn 1. So I dig that. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off, we're gonna draw our card for turn. It's Divine Presence. We're gonna charge this card because we have 3 more of them in deck. Now I'm gonna use the mill first because that's gonna set up the entire turn. It's gonna show us exactly what we're dealing with. If I don't see an extra card in here, we're Gucci. Sweet. So you see there's 1 Gohan, 1 Frieza, 1 Goku, Height of Mastery, or Sign of Mastery. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to stuff like this. We're gonna draw from Goku's effect, and that's another Gohan. We're going to swing with, you know what? Because we got the Gohan, we can go a little harder right here, right? We don't have to play 17 this turn. I mean, we could. We have choices. We can play Gohan and search top 5, or we can play 17 and swing and search top 3, but he will be a little vulnerable next turn. That's the only issue that I don't like. They can combo 1 card and go in on it, and they'll be at 2 energy. So what I'm gonna do here is tap for Gohan, and if I'm lucky, Gohan will find me the counterplay. That's one of the cards we are looking for. Okay, so we'll take the counterplay, and we'll shuffle the deck, and yeah, we'll swing, and we'll just draw 1. So now we're at a position where, you know, if we want to, we can force the damage, but I think we can have him double strike next turn. It's kind of weird. We kind of want to get this in where we can, so I think on this swing, we will combo the Piccolo to draw 1, and we will combo the Challenger to draw another one. Like I said, we are now at sparking 5. If we had a super combo, it would be open, but we also have most of our sparking effects open. That's exactly why the challengers are there. We just floated our way into sparking. They're gonna swing at us. It's turn 1. They might have another swing. That's a really nice pickup. So this turn we're gonna draw. Get this. We have 2 Divine Presence in hand, and we can only use 1 soon. I don't want to put this in hand. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to use. We could feint because they know that we have Son Goku, Height of or Sign of Mastery. They just know it, and they might try to play around it. But if you play around it, like, you're just not playing a card this early in the game. So I think right here, I'm gonna put the Frieza. He has pressure, but we're gonna be in Divine Presence territory next turn, so we'll put that there. Once again, I'm going to burst 3. Let's see, do we dodge an extra card again? Okay, cool. So we just got more U7. So we have full awakening right now. Literally full awakening. And that's just because of the ratios. Like I said, the ratios are very important. As you can see, not hitting any non-U7s is just very, very clean in this deck. So now we can awaken if we want, but we're going to save that for next turn. We're going to draw a card from the leader effect. We will swing with the leader to draw another card. It's a nice one. And then we'll play this, and we will get this guy who is now double strike. So they'll have to, my cat just jumped up on me for no reason. They'll have to combo out because nobody wants a double strike threat coming at their face this early in the game. But we swung for 1 damage, and we've comboed them up, so they've taken that. They could just easily combo out of this one, so they're probably still at high life. We're going to swing with this guy. Look at the top 3. Honestly, if we get a super combo here, I'm just throwing it on. Okay, we'll take that, and then this guy will go at the bottom, and this guy will go at the bottom. Unfortunately, we did not get that super combo, but we have a couple of options here. It's just fine. And yeah, we'll keep it like that. So realistically, we've only done a couple damage, but next turn is going to be a monster's turn. If they do decide to play something, we can always go in and play a Goku. If it's 15 or less, we're going to draw a card. And this early in the game, there's a lot of things that could, but they're on turn 3. But I don't think they're going to all in on turn 3, especially on 6 life. We're able to sit here and just kind of chill on that. Swing with their leader, that's fine. We get a card. Can't use it though. If they do want to swing again, like this is a turn where we could take a couple of damage and easily see that happening. But it's a turn like this where things get particularly dangerous. We get a super combo. We have a lot of stuff live, right? So I don't necessarily want to burst again, but we do want cards, and we are missing super combos, but I feel like the super combo is right around here. We're at 4 life. So this time, I would actually just charge. We can swing over. We can swing for 19 on turn 3. That's probably fine. After swinging for 19, we could swing for this guy. He's going to be able to check the top 3. Hopefully, we can nab another super combo, or not. But this is actually a nice pickup. We'll take that. We will take that. And after taking that, we'll put this guy at the bottom, we'll put this guy at the bottom. You see, we're already at 19 cards in turn 3. But this is the point where I think I would actually go here and draw a card from Gohan, and then go into here and draw a card from, we can draw a card from 17. We could hit Ultra Instinct, Son Goku. And if we really want to push this in, depending on the color, like I said, we can hit this on 17. It is kind of early in the game, but the 5 can go where you feel it needs to go. But putting that there, I mean, there's a lot of things we could do. To be honest, we could have even, if we needed to, play this before anything. And then after playing that, we could have played Goku and then given the 5k to this thing. There's so many lines of play that all are going to depend on what your opponent's doing. After that, yeah, I mean, we have that, and we can definitely kind of move that over. Swinging into this guy to get a draw, to awaken. I mean, we could have swung earlier. There's just a lot of like kind of lines of play that are going to change, but you can see like the hand is kind of getting full, so you have some combo power, and on turn 3 you can probably keep this combo power against mid-range decks. The late game decks are going to be a problem. Opening up an energy, and then you know you have the ability to swing twice for 24k, and then you have the ability to swing again for another one, or another 25. You can search your deck for another vanilla. You see that we have 1 super combo left, so 2 are in life. That's unfortunate, but that means that our after image may actually net us some good stuff. But yeah, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings on turn 3. And that's very, very strong. Backed by the fact that when they go to swing, we can definitely hit them with the Divine Present, or with the Violent Rays. Drop a card. Do I want it to be this one? Yeah, we'll drop a card. And then after doing so, you know, if they have another swing, we do have access to After Image, which should net a super combo, like I was saying. Ratios are ratios. And then, you know, it's kind of on from there. Like, we have the ability to defend ourselves with a lot of combo power. And the next turn is going to be insane. I should have drawn one more card, sorry for last turn, because I should have just used his Activate main. The next turn is going to be insane, because you're going to be able to start off with a charge. I think I should charge Champa because I have one Champa in hand and the other Champa is going to be useless. But you have the ability to start off with a charge. And after starting off with a charge, you've got, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings on board before you can see if you want to pull the trigger with, if you want to see if you can pull the trigger with, you know, your secret rare who has deflect. So at this point, you have so much to do. I mean, I'm going to choose Burst 0 and just draw a card. Okay, we've got him out. If they're not a particularly dangerous color, which they should be, so I think the clearer purpose right here is swinging with Ultra Divine Presence. If, I mean, you got enough swings to just test the waters, you know what I mean? Swing. I'm going to go and get, I'm going to keep my top 3. We are going to just take a Divine Presence, put this in the bottom, put this in the bottom. And we can go pretty much anywhere from here. We're going to draw one off of Gohan. We have another one here, so we're going to use that, draw another card. So right now he is a 25. Screw it, we'll pop it up to a 30. Take a 30k double strike. I mean, we can always make it 35. There's other things we can do. But the point is, we have the ability to put him up to almost anything we want. Start pressuring again. We can pressure again here. This is 2 swings. Swing here. There should be one more vanilla in deck. Oh no, I miscounted. I drew it and just totally miscounted. But we get to swing here. I mean, we have this swing that we could have used before just to get one more card in hand. There's a lot of things we can do here, but when you swing with that last, you know, Son Goku, he has the ability to go wide. If they're at 2 life, you can force them down to 0. He can't be removed, and then you just, 1, get the second draw off of the android, super combo here, draw again, super combo here, that's not a super combo here, whenever it wants to touch down, draw a card, super combo here, draw a card. And look at this, like, let's say your opponent's at 2 life. Where do you want to stop it? All right, we're swinging at 25, 30, 35, 45, 55, 65. We have what in our hand? 75, 85, 95, 100. We could literally put 115 if we dropped our entire hand, and then just tap 4 for the secret rare and remove it and burn them for the last damage. So this is kind of that. Like, there's other things you can do here. There's other factors, and we're going to be testing versus the colors to see. But this deck is highly, highly aggressive, and its turn 4 is its definite kill turn. So I don't want this next one to last too long. I'm just going to try to go first this time, and I will explain half the plays because we have seen a lot of the cards. So like I said, you already know what I'm looking for. I would like a Gohan and Android 17. Neither of those came here, so we're going to, since we're going first, we will keep that card in hand because we'll likely be able to use it next turn. This is, oh, okay, we'll take that. We don't really have to worry about, this is actually pretty good. We will now just start off turn by playing this. We will burst, and we have an After Image in hand, so we have a pretty good chance of just milling all 3. That's excellent. And then we will draw 1 and pass. You know, they'll probably get their turn 1 swing on me. That's tight. Oh, a vanilla. That's very good. We will then draw for turn. Don't really need this card. There's a lot of stuff we don't need here. Well, I'm not going to say a lot of stuff. I'm going to charge this one. Since we're going first, I don't really see it getting that far. We're going to burst 3 again. And there we go. We dodged again, so we got that. That's tight. We will swing with Goku. Actually, I should have drawn from his effect. Need to remember that. Swing with Goku. We're going to draw again. And at this point, I think this is where we cycle. We don't draw from that one. We draw from this. And then, so now we're going to be at Sparking 7. That's tight. We're going to tap this to play this. And then we're going to swing. He's going to look at top 3. We are going to take, next turn we're in Divine Presence territory, so we will take that. We already have Divine Presence, but yeah, I think we'll take that. And then, since we're going first, we actually get to press a lot here. It's actually gross. We'll put that on the bottom, and we'll put that on the bottom. Next, he's a 15k double strike, so they'll have to deal with that. It's now their next turn. We can play this and play this. Do we do this? I might have missed a draw. Let's see. Move on cards from hand to play. We might have missed a draw. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of effects to keep up with here, but we're gonna do that. This is excellent because we have sparking. We have 2 after images, and now that makes next turn one of the most explosive freaking turns that we could possibly have. Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. It doesn't really matter what gets put here. We might not even need to use Champa this game. We're gonna have so much aggression. So what we're gonna do here is set this there, right? And then what we're going to do now is we're gonna burst 3 again. See what we got. Okay, so we only have, yikes, we have 2 challengers left in deck. That's kind of rough. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're gonna draw 1, and then we are going to swing with this guy because we would really like to see if we can get the challenger there. So we're gonna swing with this guy, and we're gonna keep top 3. No challenger, unfortunately. We will take. Actually, he hasn't seen us get the counterplay, but we're not going to use the counterplay next turn. So we will take this, we'll put that there, we'll put that there, and that'll be the end of that. Double strike, we don't really have to add on to it. We can swing with our leader and draw, and then with him, we can just combo, tap here, Divine Presence. He's going to do this thing. We're gonna awaken, alt face, we're gonna draw, untap, tap this, another Divine Presence, give it to himself. So this is one of the perfect storm turns. We are going to be able to do a lot here. We don't have to burst anymore. We're just gonna draw 1. Another super combo, that's great. And then we get to swing with this Goku for 19, swing with this Goku. We're going to swing a total of 5 more times this turn. So this turn was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings on turn 3. We're going to be able to search vanillas this turn, keep it up. And then this is basically where the magic happens. I mean, we are able to after image once to get a card from hand. We're able to after image twice to stop another attack. And oh my gosh, we're able to after image a 3rd time this turn. So we've got 3 after images on top of being able to have 2 super combos. And that's where the beauty lies. We're gonna get this, we're going to put this here. We're going to be able to burst 0 to get that. I mean, and we got it. We can swing here. We can swing for 15 here with double strike. He's gonna look at the top 3. Top 3, whatever. We just want the combo at this point. Oh, they stayed? No, they go there. So we'll take the top, we'll do that off the top 3. We get the summon here. We get this, we get this. They're only gonna be 25s this turn. But like I said, you've got 4 25k swings that can't be messed with unless you negate their effects. And then you're going to be able to combo as much as you want. If they get down to 2 life, when one of these swings happen, you just burst it. 1, 2, 3. This guy is now at 25, 35, 45, 55, and we can get him up to 65, 70, or 75, 85. Hate on tap sometimes. Oh, I forgot about that. This could have been the first play, and that would have been 95 plus another draw. Not really useful, but 105. So we can get up to 115 on this turn. And then they just know, if they drop down to 1 life, you are immediately just going to tap 4 for the new secret rare. Remove them from the game. Bam, that's game. So that is my in-depth video about this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to see some of the plays and the combos. There will be tweaking, but literally some of these numbers are tight enough to where, you know, like, look at how many cards are left in the deck. And this is a 52 card deck on turn 4. There's only 7 cards left in the deck. Milling extra cards can sometimes mess up your early game plays, and that's the issue. When you're aggro, you really have to be early game consistent, or you will be early game floundering. So I do want to work in space for things like crowns, because Oceanus is you can't do Oceanus in this deck. You might force it once, and that may help you, but I really do want to fit in crowns. I really want to find in some more tech space. Maybe find place for things like King Vegeta's Imposing Presence if the format demands it. However, it is just very, very hard, because a single mill where you don't get a U7, or you get 1 U7 and 2 extra cards, or, you know, any combination where you only get 1 U7, you're setting yourself back for your plays. If you don't get a perfect mill on turn 1, your turn 2 is infinitely worse. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know about what you guys have found in your testing. Let me know if you like this Christmas holiday video, and I will see you the next time you guys decide to join Universe X. Thanks. Later.